Right. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the backups, right? Full backup, differential backup, log backups, copy only full backup, tail log backup. So all these things we discussed in the last class, guys. Okay. So now we'll discuss about the restores, how to restore a database, restoring a database. Okay. So before restorations, we have to discuss one more topic called recovery models. Please be muted. Recovery models. Okay, so before discussing this restores, you should know the recovery models. Okay, so what is this recovery model? How many types of recovery models are there in SQL Server? Okay, so all these things will be discussed. This is also an important topic, guys, and you will get questions on this as well. Okay, so recovery models. Okay, recovery means we have recovery models and recovery types, recovery models and recovery types also. So recovery types will discuss during the restoration concepts. First we'll concentrate on recovery models, guys. We have three types of recovery models. Three types of recovery models. Okay. Generally, the definition of recovery model is changing the behavior of the log file is called recovery model. What is the definition for recovery model, guys? Changing the behavior of the log file. Changing the behavior of the log file is called recovery model. What is the behavior of the log file generally? General behavior. What is the behavior of the log file? Log file will record each and every transaction, right? That's the main behavior of the log file, right? Main characteristic of the log file. Log file will record each and every transaction, right? So then what is this changing the behavior of the log file? So log file will behave differently in different recovery models. The basic property is same. What is that basic property? It will record each and every transaction completely. So we have three types of recovery models. Okay, one is full recovery model. Second one is bulk logged recovery model. Third one is simple recovery model. Simple recovery model. So in each recovery model, log file will behave differently. Full recovery model, log file will behave differently. In bulk log recovery model, log file will behave differently. In simple recovery model, log file will behave differently. How it will behave, we'll discuss. So whatever we discuss it till now, that comes under full recovery model. Every database will have this recovery model, guys. Recovery model is a database property. Recovery model is a database setting, I can say. Recovery model is one type of database setting. If you keep your recovery model in full recovery mode, the log file will track each and everything in the full recovery model. In the full recovery model, log file will track each and every transaction, and the log file won't be truncated automatically. Okay, so these are two important points for full recovery model. In full recovery, whatever we discussed earlier about the log file generally is a temporary storage. In the log file we will have committed transactions and uncommitted transactions. If committed transactions are moved to the data file, the log file, the committed transaction part will be truncated, right? So that's what we discussed. And every transaction, so generally log file not only is going to store the transaction information, insert into employee values, okay, one Suresh, imagine, and 20,000. Okay, imagine this is one record. So log file will store this transaction completely. Apart from this, it will store 108 properties of this transaction. 108 properties. When this transaction came, on which table it was inserted, on what database it was executed, at what time it came, what is the LSN number of the transaction. Every transaction will have one number called LSN number. What is the current LSN? Before this LSN, before current LSN, what is the previous LSN? What is the next LSN? Everything will be stored completely in the full recovery model, guys. If the database is in full recovery model, it will store all the transactions, it will store the complete information about each and every transaction in full recovery model. For every transaction, 108 values it will store. So generally in full recovery model, log file usage is more, log file growth is more. Why? Because every transaction it will store 108 properties. See, for example, your name, your height, your weight, your color, everything, your qualification. Like about you, we can define like that. We can define 108 properties. In the same way, for one transaction, SQL Server will store about 108 properties. What is this transaction? At what time it came on? What database it was executed? What is the current LSN? What is the previous LSN? What is the next LSN? Everything it will store, guys. For one transaction it will store that many properties. Imagine millions of transactions, how much log file growth will be there. Why it will store all these things? Why? Because in case if something goes wrong, it has to do roll back, roll forward, right? So in what case it can do roll back, roll forward? If it is having complete information, then only it can do roll back, roll forward and all. So that's why in the full recovery model it will store all the details completely, and the log file won't be truncated automatically. The log file won't be truncated, you have to truncate it. Automatically it won't be truncated, guys. Automatically the log file won't be truncated when the database is in full recovery model. So 99% in the full recovery model, almost there is no data loss. Almost there is no data loss in the full recovery model. Almost there is no data loss. So that's why in the production environment, 99% of the databases will be in full recovery model only. Why? Because as a DBS we are responsible for no data loss. Data loss shouldn't be there, right? Every record, every value is important. It's our primary responsibility. So in the full recovery model, there is no data loss at all. In the full recovery model, all the backups are possible. In the full recovery model, all the backups are possible. Full backup you can take, differential backup you can take, log backup you can take. All the backups are possible in the full recovery model. There is no data loss in the full recovery model. 99% of the production databases will be in full recovery model only. Why? Because there is no data loss, right? So that's why we'll prefer keeping the databases in full recovery model, guys. Okay, so where I can see that setting, I'll show you. On the database properties, you can see that setting, guys. Let me start the VM. In the database settings, you can see that recovery model and all. And even you can run this query sp_help db also. In that output also you can see what is the recovery model of the database, every database, right? So after the full recovery model, we have one more recovery model called bulk logged recovery model. What is that? Bulk logged recovery model. Bulk means you know the meaning of bulk. The challenge in the full recovery model, I told you, right? It will store 108 properties of each and every transaction. So the log file growth is more. So log file will be full very quickly. If you are keep on inserting lot of data, the log file growth will be like huge growth will be there in the log file. So you will get, sometimes you will get a disk space issues. Okay, if you are getting normal transactions and or normal what I can say normal traffic and all, that's fine. But imagine you want to insert 1 million transactions. 1 million means 10 lakh transactions you want to insert, or 10 crore transactions you want to insert. You are pulling the data from one application so that it has to pull 10 crore records from one source to another destination. So it's a bulk, guys. Imagine for one transaction itself, it is storing 108 properties. Imagine for 1 crore transactions, 1 crore into 108 properties, how many? 1 crore into 108, 108 crore values it has to store in the log file. Very quickly it has to store. So writing 108 crore values to the log file will take lot of time, and performance issues, and disk space will be like huge. The growth and all will be huge, and disk space will be less. Disk space will be there. Disk will be full immediately. To avoid this kind of situations, in case if you are doing any bulk inserts, Microsoft recommended one recovery model. Hey, if you are doing bulk inserts, change your recovery model to bulk logged recovery model. Change it. What will happen if you change the recovery model to bulk logged recovery model? It will, whatever details are storing in the full recovery model, it don't store in the bulk logged recovery model. All the transactions are minimally logged. Means it will store the transactions in the form of batches. It don't contain all the information. Okay, in the form of batches, it will store the information in the form of batches. So it don't contain all the information. It don't store all the information like full recovery model. In the full recovery model, it will store all the information, but in the bulk logged recovery model, it don't store all the information. All the transactions are minimally logged means only basic information will be stored about the transactions. Basic information will be stored about the batches. Okay, so that's why the log file growth will be in control. Sir, when I have to change this recovery model, in case if developers are performing any bulk operations, they will let us know to change the recovery model from full to bulk. What will happen if you change the recovery model from full to bulk? The log file growth will be in control. So when we'll change the recovery model to bulk, in case if you have any bulk operations, not normal, not normally. So whenever any bulk operations are there, then only developer will suggest to change the recovery model to bulk logged recovery model, so that the log file growth will be in control. Why? Because it don't store complete information. It will store a basic information about the batches and all. Okay, so I said like in the full recovery model, all the backups are possible, right? If all the backups are possible means point in time recovery, PITR, point in time recovery. What is this? Point in time recovery. What is the meaning of point in time recovery, guys? Recovering the database, recovering the database till a second before a correction. Means, for example, if the database is corrupted, okay, for example, if the database is corrupted at 7:22, now the time is 7:22, right? For example, if the database is corrupted at 7:22, what is the at 7:22? Exactly at 7:22 it was corrupted. 7:22 00 seconds. Exactly at 7:22 it was corrupted. What is the best time we can recover the database, guys? Till what point we can recover the database?
7:21 59 seconds.
Correct, right? 7:29 7:21, sorry, 7:29 21 59 seconds, a second before its corruption. Why? Because exactly at 7:22 it was corrupted. I cannot recover till 7:22. Why? Because by 7:22 it was corrupted, right? At least a second before I can recover my data. How that is possible? That is possible because of all the backups. We using full backup, using differential backup, using log backup, using tail log backup. I can recover the database till 7:21:59 seconds. In the full recovery model, all the backups are possible. So point in time recovery is possible in the full recovery model. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, any questions here, please? Fine. So in the bulk logged recovery model, okay, all the transactions are minimally logged. All the transactions are minimally logged. Only basic information will be stored. So what will happen here? Here all the backups.
Sir, I have one question. If we create one tables and we set the full recovery model, after some time we feel a lot of transaction of that table, we can change the bulk log recovery model of that table. It's possible.
It's possible.
Okay.
Whenever you want, you can change the recovery model, not an issue. Whenever you want, you can change the recovery model, but it's not you that to take the decision. Developers will tell you change it to bulk logged or simple. They are going to decide.
Okay.
Okay, depends upon the usage. They know the usage, right? So they are going to decide. Fine. So at any point of time, you can change the recovery model. No issues. Right. So in the bulk logged recovery model, all the backups are not possible. Why all the backups are not possible? Why? Because log file contains limited data. It don't contains complete data. So all the backups are not possible. When here a trick is there, guys. Bulk logged recovery model, I changed my database recovery model from full to bulk logged. So log backups are not possible. No. The point here is, even though if you change the bulk logged recovery model, if you change the recovery model to bulk logged, if any bulk operations are there, then only it will behave bulk logged recovery model. Then only the log file growth will be limited. If any bulk operations are there, even though you change the recovery model to bulk, if there is no bulk operations, no problem, guys. This is same as full recovery model only. But if bulk operations are there, all bulk operations are minimally logged. So here the interviewers will ask you, point in time recovery is possible or not possible in the bulk logged recovery model. What is your answer? Is point in time recovery possible in the bulk logged recovery model?
Yes, sir. If bulk insertions are not happening, it is possible.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
No, I thought no, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
both the answers are correct, guys. The answer is yes and no. So you have to concentrate on this. I told you, if there is no bulk operations, it will behave like a full recovery model. In full recovery model, all the backups are possible, right? If all the backups are possible, point in time recovery is possible, right? Agreed, guys? If there is a bulk operations, all the bulk operations are minimally logged. So if the bulk operations are minimally logged, log backups are not possible. If log backups are not possible, point in time recovery is not possible. Clear, guys? So the answer is yes and no. Yes, if there are no bulk operations, point in time recovery is possible. When no, if there is no bulk operations, if there is a bulk operations, point in time recovery is not possible. Clear? Any questions, guys? Any questions, any doubts here? Everyone, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine. So finally, simple recovery model. What is the simple recovery model? So it is also same as full recovery model. Then what is the difference? In the full recovery model, I told you log file won't be truncated, right? In the full recovery model, log file won't be truncated, but in the simple recovery model, log file will be truncated in the regular intervals. Log file will be truncated in the regular intervals. Truncate means what? Delete. The data will be deleted from the log file. Means whatever committed data is there, committed data will be deleted from the log file. So what is the difference? Full and simple recovery model. In the full recovery model, log file won't be truncated automatically. In the simple recovery model, log file will be truncated automatically. What will happen if the log file if the log file is truncated automatically? If the log file is truncated automatically, nothing will be there to take the log backup. So log backups are not at all possible in the simple recovery model. In the full recovery model, all the backups are possible, so point in time recovery is possible. In the in the bulk logged recovery model, if there are no bulk operations, all the backups are possible. If there is a bulk operation, all the backups are not possible. So bulk point in time recovery is not possible. In the simple recovery model, log file will be truncated automatically. So log file will be, growth of the log file will be in control. Log file growth will be in control. Log file growth will be in control. But the challenge is we cannot take log backups in the simple recovery model. So point in time recovery is not at all possible in the simple recovery model. Point in time recovery is not at all possible in the simple recovery model. When the log file will be truncated, generally log file will be truncated, okay, in different scenarios. Like when checkpoint run, log file will be truncated. When you take the full backup, log file will be truncated. When you change the recovery model, log file will be truncated, okay. And when you keep the database online and offline, when you keep the database online and offline, log file will be truncated. So in all these scenarios, generally log file will be truncated. So mostly this will be applied, guys, okay. Why? Because checkpoint, there are different types of checkpoints: automatic checkpoint, manual checkpoint. So automatic checkpoint will run for every 1 minute. So every 1 minute your log file gets truncated in the simple recovery model. Every 1 minute the log file will be truncated. Whatever data is there in the log file, that will be truncated for every 1 minute. So if the data is truncating for every 1 minute, what backup you will take, right? So log backups are not at all possible in the simple recovery model. Log backups are not at all possible in the full. All the point in time recovery is possible. Log backups are possible. In the bulk logged, yes, possible sometimes when there is no bulk operations. No, not possible when there is a bulk operation. In the simple, log backups not at all possible. Every 1 minute the log file gets truncated. If the log file gets truncated for every 1 minute, what will be there to take the backup? Everything will be deleted for every 1 minute. So you cannot take backup, right? So log backups are not possible. If log backups are not possible, point in time recovery is possible or not possible, guys?
Not possible.
Not at all possible.
Possible.
Sir, I am asking if we change the offline, if we take of any database, so log file will truncate automatically.
If it is in simple recovery model. If it is
In this
simple recovery-
maybe organization it's not used, right?
Yeah, generally we don't use simple recovery model, but sometimes in the non-prod servers to control the growth of the log files for saving the disk space and all. Non-prod servers, right? No important data will be there. Testing data will be there. So to control the growth of the log file, generally in the non-prod servers, simple recovery model, people will set it to simple recovery model. Okay, generally on the non-prod servers only, not in the production servers. Production servers 99.99% you don't see any simple recovery model database unless and until they are not using the database. Okay, if it's not so critical database, generally all the database recovery models will be full only. Very rarely you can see bulk logged, and very rarely you can see simple. Why? Because in the production server every transaction is important. If it is in simple recovery model, you cannot achieve 100% recovery. So generally simple recovery model databases won't be found in the production environment, but non-prod environment, to control the growth, generally people will keep database recovery model as simple.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Our production environment and non-prod, two servers will be there, sir.
Yes. See, every environment, production and non-prod are common. In non-prod, again, we have different types like dev servers, test servers, QA servers, UAT servers, stage servers. So different types of environments are there in the non-prod. Production is only one, which is like, what is production server? The database that is connected to the live application is production server. Non-prod server means it won't connect to any live application. It's just for testing purpose and all.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. In HADR options, lock shipping mirroring, in those things, 3 or 4 servers we need, right, sir?
Hmm.
So in that case, all servers are production servers only, or active one only will be the production server?
No, it's not like that. All should be production only.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All
Four
should be
servers.
production. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like configuring lock shipping production between production and non-production. No one will do that. It's a
Okay, sir.
DR server. DR server also same as production server only.
Okay, sir. All servers will be production
Production
only.
only. Yes, production only.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
So,
I am
sir,
asking one question. If one database is online, if we change the offline, so that file will be truncated.
Sir, that's what we have already discussed, Sanjeev. If it is
So,
in simple recovery model, it will be truncated. If
and
it is in
Sir.
simple recovery model, it will be truncated. Yes, please.
So in full recovery model, the log file will be not truncated.
No, it
So
won't be truncated.
so do we like
Yes.
how we
Manually
how
we
we
have
manually
to. We have to shrink
manually
it. Shrink it.
shrink or we
Yes.
can assign a one job, right, to
Yes,
truncate?
yeah.
Okay.
Generally, we don't assign the job and all. If the data is committed, it won't be. It will be truncated. It will
Oh,
create
yeah,
the
yeah,
free
yeah.
space in the log file. So when you shrink
Okay.
it will release that free space to the OS. Means it
Okay,
drives.
so there is a shrink option over there.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. There is a
okay,
shrink
got it,
option.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. Sanjeev, tell me.
okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So any other questions, guys? Fine. So where I can see the recovery models, okay, you can run one query sp underscore help db. You can see there also. And if you go to database properties, individual database properties, there also you can see sp underscore help db. Okay, help db. So if you execute this query, it will tell you the properties of all the databases, right? So just try to expand this column, and where we can see. Here it is not there, huh? Yeah, you can see here, right, recovery. So if you see here recovery, each one is one database. Some of the databases are full, some of the databases are in simple. You can see here. Generally, you don't see any bulk log recovery model. Right? We haven't set any bulk log recovery model. But if you see here, some databases are in simple recovery model. What are those databases, guys? Okay, so what is the value here? 4 and 6 7, right? 4 6 7. Okay, if you go here, you can see 4 means master. MSDB means all the system databases will be in simple recovery model except model DB. Except model DB, all the system databases will be in simple recovery model. That was by design. Microsoft selected this recovery model. Okay, by design, all the system databases. Why? Can anyone tell me why model is in full recovery model? Why model is in full recovery model? Can anyone tell me?
It's king of database.
Sorry?
Sir, when we create a new database, it's
Yes,
full.
yes. When we create a new database, generally, how come we are getting a full recovery model database? Why? Because model is full recovery model, right? Every new database will follow model database, right? So that's why you are not changing the recovery model. By default, when you are creating a recovery model, you are getting a database with full recovery model. Why? Because model recovery model is full. That's why whenever you create a new database, by default, it will be a full recovery model database. How to change the recovery model? You can change the recovery model by query or by going to by using this GUI. Go to options. There you can see recovery model. I want to change it to bulk logged. Select bulk logged. I want to change it to simple. Select simple and click OK. Okay. So now the recovery model of the batch 47 underscore new is simple, guys. So second one, right? So earlier what it shows, full, right? Earlier full it is showing. Now if you execute again, okay, now you see the second one. Double click on this column, you can see all the values, and if you see here, it was changed to simple, right? So generally we don't change it regularly. In case if there is a request from the application side, then only we'll change the recovery models, but generally we don't change it. But during troubleshooting, we'll change the recovery model. During troubleshooting, if the log file growth is huge, if you cannot control the log file growth, one of the troubleshooting step, I am not saying that is the final troubleshooting step. One of the troubleshooting step is we have to change the recovery model to simple, and we have to change it. When you change the recovery model to simple, all the log file will be truncated, right? The whole log file will be truncated, right? So immediately there will be a free space in the drive. So again, you can change it back to recovery, full recovery model. Clear, guys? Generally, we don't change it until and unless there is a request from the application side. Generally, we don't change the recovery models. In case if there is a huge growth in the log file and all, after performing all the troubleshooting steps, if there is no way, then generally we'll change the recovery model from full to simple so that the log file will be truncated. So it will create some free space in the drive, and again we'll change it back to simple to full, guys. Clear? We have one more recovery model called pseudo simple recovery model. What is that? Pseudo simple recovery model. What is this pseudo simple recovery model? When you change the recovery model from full to simple or full to bulk or bulk to simple, simple to bulk, any recovery model to any recovery model. No, I'm sorry. When you change a recovery model from any recovery model to any recovery model, you have to take full backup to apply new recovery model. Generally, if we change some settings, we have to restart the SQL server, right? In the same way, I changed my database. See, now I just changed my batch 47 underscore new database from full to simple. Full to simple. I changed my database recovery model from full to simple. Now this database is in full simple recovery model. But when this simple recovery model will be applied, when you perform a full backup, when you take a full backup, once you change the recovery model, you should take a full backup to apply a new recovery model setting. What will happen if you don't take the full backup? The database will be in pseudo simple recovery model. What is the meaning of pseudo simple recovery model? Okay, even though the database is changed to simple, it will behave like a full recovery model. The values are showing as simple, but it don't behave like a simple recovery model. It will behave like a full recovery model database only. Why? Because you changed the settings, but you haven't took the full backup. So the settings won't be applied. It will show you simple, but it will behave like a full recovery model. Means pseudo simple recovery model means if you change the, please be muted. It is creating some disturbance, please. If you have questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can be in mute. Yeah. So if you change the recovery model from one to another, from full to bulk logged or any recovery model to any recovery model, you have to take the full backup. Then only the new recovery model will be applied. If you don't take the full backup, the database will be in pseudo. Pseudo means what? What is the meaning of pseudo? What is the meaning of pseudo? Means
Pseudo means fake, I guess.
Yes, pseudo means behavior, like it will treat imagination. So it will imagine that it is in full recovery model only. Okay, so that is called pseudo simple recovery model. Not everyone will ask this question, but typical interviewers will ask this question: what is meant by pseudo simple recovery model?
What is the advantage of pseudo?
No advantage, sir. Nothing. There is no advantage here. Just it's a state. It's one state. That's it. Okay, so the answer is when you change the recovery model, you have to take the full backup. For example, now I changed the recovery model from master from full to simple, right? At 7:30 or 7:40 I changed. So 3 minutes over. In these 3 minutes, the database will be in pseudo simple recovery. Until you took the full backup, it will behave like it is an old recovery model. Any recovery model to any recovery model, if you change it, if you don't take the full recovery model, it don't apply the new recovery model. If you don't take the full backup, it don't apply the new recovery model. So to avoid this, you have to immediately take the full backup, guys.
So, sir, if any organization log issue is coming, so we can change full log backup to simple.
Why? First of all, tell me why. That's what I'm asking. See, it's not like, okay, log file growth is huge, I'll change the recovery model. No, you have to follow certain
अरे
troubleshooting
सर जी
steps.
वो डेवलपर बोलेंगे आपको.
Okay, okay.
First thing
Okay.
is developer will let us know. First thing. Second thing is if you are feeling like the log file growth is huge, chalo I'll change the recovery model. My sir told like that. No, you have to perform all the troubleshooting steps. If that is nothing is worked, then you have to change the recovery. Final step is you have to change the recovery model to simple. That is the final step. But for that also you need to take approval. Okay, it's not like you are going to change it immediately.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, fine. Any questions here, guys? So
Sir,
your
I have a doubt, sir.
yes, please.
I mean, changing of full recovery model to simple recovery model only happens when huge transactions are going on, right, sir? I mean, in one
Yes,
case, in
yes,
one case.
yes, yes, yes. In one case, in one
In that
scenario,
case,
yes.
sir, in that case, I mean, how they will communicate in ticketing tool, through ticketing tool they will
So
communicate,
see,
or
there will be lot of communication methods. They will send an email. They will ping us in the group chats. Okay,
Yeah,
so there will be a group chats between our
exactly.
developers and DBAs. Okay, so
okay,
escalation charts will be there. So there are some groups in case any escalation ticket is there. They will ping in the escalation charts. So our developers are part of that group. The DBAs are part of that group. Okay, so if any
sir,
emergency is there, they will definitely call. On-call person will be there. If no one is available, on-call support will be there. So they will call to a DBA support team.
Yeah,
sir,
and once you start working, like everybody knows you, like that you're in that
Yeah.
time, you're working that time.
You don't
So
know
okay,
them,
everybody,
but they will know
yeah,
you.
sir,
Definitely they will know you. Yes, yes, please.
sir, I have another doubt, sir.
Mhm.
In this case, if I am I am responsible now, sir. Suppose you think like this, sir. Now I am in my office now. So this growth is increasing like anything. Simple recovery model. I have to keep. Then I have to get ask my boss or what, sir. I
You
have
have
to
to
ask, or
ask.
directly I
You
have
have to
to.
see if you are a senior and all you can do. No one will question you. But if you are
Okay,
new to this process and all, new to the project and all, definitely you have to take the approval. There
okay,
are
sir.
there are different approval levels depends upon the project, depends upon the company. Some companies they don't take it much serious. Some companies they will take it serious. Without our approval, how come you change the recovery model?
So
Right?
a mail
Yes,
transaction should be
mail communication should be there.
communication.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Safer side, you have to.
mail is the best.
Yeah, mail will be
Okay, sir.
there for for backup also. Mail will be there. Charts and all will be deleted after 1 month, 2 months. After 1 month, if he came to you, hey, who changed this recovery model? No, you only
Okay,
asked me to change the recovery model. What is the proof? Show me. You don't have any
okay.
message. So always best way is communication.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, they will be in shift only, or they will be not in shift. Our
They,
boss.
they will take leaves and they will go to holiday and go to enjoy the holidays.
See, sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes you have your teammate, like a senior teammate. You ask them, they will guide you.
They
Okay.
should be in
Yeah, yeah,
shift.
yeah.
See, if you are
Yeah, if they are shipped,
for
otherwise,
example,
otherwise email them.
Okay.
It's the
only
best weapon.
Sir, email
one
also 3 months only, right?
3 months.
90 days, yes.
What
We'll
is the
keep in
what is 3 months? I don't understand.
validation of the 3 months. After 3 months, we'll gone.
For that
Oh,
mails, you're asking
what,
about the mails?
Yeah, yes, bro.
No, it depends upon the
bro?
company to company. Okay, so some companies will
Okay.
keep it for a long time. Mails generally they don't delete. Mails are very important. Why? Because auditings and all will be there generally in the organizations. So if auditing happens, they will ask with the pinpoint. They will ask email approval also. They will ask. So 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they might archive those mails, but mails won't be deleted generally. Okay, some companies strategies they will delete the 3 months old mails and all, but they are actually not deleting it, they are archiving it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And don't think like no one will be there in the shift. They are paying salaries to you. Imagine if they are paying salary to you, and if you are not in the shift, what will be the impact? So not one or two persons are going to decide. A developers team will be 20%, 20 people, 30 people will be there. One or two people might be in leave, but the decision maker will be there. At least if one decision maker is offline, another decision maker will be there in place of the main guy. Okay, so don't worry.
Sir,
someone will
ultimate
present
decision
it.
should be given by developers only, right, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and we will follow their orders
That's
and
it.
we will
Correct.
change this requirement.
Whatever requirement.
Exactly, exactly.
We are
Now you got
working
it.
for application.
Yes,
Application
sir.
will be
For them.
controlled by the developers. So
Okay.
whatever developers instructions are there, we have to follow.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Fine. But again, you have to apply common sense here. Someone will comes to you, hey, delete the database. You cannot delete. Okay. So here your responsibilities are also important. There is a process. Okay, you can come to through this door. I can delete it for you. Simply coming. So my sir said I have to follow your instructions. So now tell me what do you want? How can I help you? Okay, do you want me to delete the database? Chalo, delete it. But after
Okay.
that, who asked you to delete the database? Management will ask you only.
Okay, then in that case, I will ask them to raise a ticket.
Now, after deleting, it's not possible. Before itself,
Okay,
you have
sir.
to ask.
Yeah,
Initially.
because you need approval. Believe me, approval. Without approval, you cannot work like this kind of like important task.
Yeah, so
Okay, sir.
people are very typical. People will be there, especially on-site people are very typical. They are very particular about the process, guys. As discussed earlier, if you are selected for service-based companies like Infosys, TCS, HCL, Mindtree, okay, this kind of service-based companies, the companies will work for clients only. They will give projects, crores and crores rupees they are going to invest. So if you did any mistake, if client said, I don't want this guy, HCL don't support you, chalo, immediately HCL will give you a pink slip.
Okay, immediately termination will be there, sir.
Immediately on the
Yeah,
same
bro.
day.
Your first training will be this process. Once you
Okay.
hired, they're gonna give you this training first.
So
Okay,
you
Follow
have
the
to,
process. Yeah.
you have
In
to obey the
knowledge
client.
transfer, I guess.
Yes.
If someone is irritating you and he said, okay,
I
delete,
just
so,
get your gun out.
yeah, so
That's it. That's
then
it.
you drop, not delete. Drop.
Directly drop.
They will definitely on the same day, HR will call you, submit your laptop, will settle your balance in 45 days. That's it. 2 lines.
Sanjeev, see you then.
That's it. So very
No,
typical.
you
Guys.
said delete, I drop.
That's it. That's it. Very immediately the transactions will be executed successfully. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Some companies, product-based companies, are not too strict like service-based companies. Some companies are too strict. So you should be always in the you should be always make sure that you have proper approvals, whatever you are doing. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
fine. Yeah. So we just discussed about all the recovery models, right? So your assignment will be try to change the recovery models of the databases. Recovery models, system databases. Try to change recovery models of the system databases. I want a table like this. Okay, Excel, I want a table like this. So master model MSDB tempdb. Okay, full bulk logged simple. Okay, so master, can we change master recovery model to full? Yes or no? If yes means yes, if no means no. Can we change the master recovery model from simple to bulk logged? Yes means yes, no means no. Can we change the, of course it is simple recovery model only, right? So like this I need a table, guys. Okay, I need a table. Can we change the recovery model of the system databases? Okay, so this is the assignment for you. By evening you can just show me, okay, in the evening class. Fine. Chalo, let's jump into the restorations. Directly we can jump into the restorations now. Now I want to restore a database. In backups, we have different types of backups: full backup, differential backup, log backups, tail log backups, copy only full backups and all. In restores, only one type. See, we have also different types of restores. If you are restoring a full backup, that is a full backup restore. If you are restoring a differential backup, that is a differential backup restore. If you are restoring a log backup, that is a log backup restore. Okay, so we have full differential log backup restores, but only file will be changed. Process is same. In taking the full backup, differential backup, and a simple what is that log backups, you have to change it. You have to select full backup, you have to select differential backup, you have to select log backup, right, while taking. But while restoring, you have to select only the particular backups. No need to select full differential log and all. There is no option. So automatically, if you are restoring a full backup, that is a full backup restore. If you are restoring a differential backup, that is a differential backup restore. If you are restoring a log backup, that is a log backup restore. Chalo, what I'll do now, I'll take a fresh full differential and log backups. I'll show you how to restore in a same server. In the same server, I'll show you how to restore in the different server. Restorations are very important. See, we don't take manual backups. Jobs will be there in the organization, jobs will be there, they will take care of it. Jobs will take the full differential and log backups regularly. Sometimes during deployments and all, manually we have to take the backups. But when compared to backups, we'll regularly perform the restores. Restores are regular activity in the organization. You should be good in restores. Sometimes we have to restore in the same server. Sometimes we have to restore in the different server, guys. Okay, so we'll discuss how to restore the database in the same server. During migration, I'll show you how to restore the database in different server. Only one step, only one thing will be changed. Okay, that I'll show you during migration. So fresh full differential and log backups I'll take quickly using command backup database name batch 47 underscore new to disk is equal to, okay, and batch 47 underscore new underscore full backup underscore today's date 01/07/2023 .bak. Control C, Control V, with differential. This is a command to take the differential backup. Control C, backup log. The command to take the log backup is backup log database name to disk is equal to. Here I'll change the differential backup, right? Otherwise it will be appended. I'm giving same file name, diff backup. This is a log backup, right? Batch 47 underscore new log backup. I'm giving the extension .trn. Fine. So let me execute the first query. Execute all text, done. Second query, all text, done. Third query, all text, done. So what is the problem here? See here, what is the error? Can anyone solve this error?
Sir, when it is
Full
simple
recovery model, sir.
recovery,
It is in simple
Recovery
recovery.
model.
We have changed the recovery model, right? So that's why in the simple recovery model log backups are not possible, right? So that's why it is throwing the error. So what we'll do now, we'll change the recovery model. Why? Because when we changed the recovery model, actually we changed the recovery model at 740, but now we took the full backup. Okay, so that's why it is not allowing us. So now what we can do, change the recovery model back it to full. Okay, options. So when I change
So
the
now we need to backup, take
yes, again
another backup, right?
yes,
Otherwise
again
it
a
will
fresh
not
set.
apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again a fresh set I have to take. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll take the backup of _2. I'll give _2. Okay, so that it won't be appended. _2 _2. I'm changing the file names. Okay, right. Now let me take a full backup, all text, done. Now let me take a differential backup, all text, done. Now let me take a log backup, all text, done. Okay, fine. So now I have to restore, right? So while restoring, what you have to do, right click, restore database. I have to choose.
Sir, so simple. Believe me, if you are in Oracle,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. So you have to select the device. I have to see while taking backup, you have to give the destination, right? So at the same time, if you are restoring, you have to restore it. You have to get the backup file from the destination, right? So my backup file is there in the device drive. So select the device. See, you can restore from database directly also. I can restore from the database directly. I want to restore from this batch Watson underscore new. You can select and you can restore it. But generally we don't restore it directly from the database. We'll choose device option. If you want to restore using backup files, you have to choose device option. Browse, add. Okay, so where are my two? First I have to, guys, always remember the serial order is first. Always you have to restore full backup. If you have differential, you have to restore differential. If you don't have differential, you can directly restore log backups. But first you have to restore full backup. So underscore 2, right? This is our backup, right? Underscore 2, right? 1 minute, 06 or 7. What file name I gave? 07, right? So let me check 07 only. So add. So 07, where is 07? Yeah, this is differential backup. Okay, you can see here diff backup. This is the advantage if you give the complete proper name. If you give Rasikanna here, you don't know whether Rasikanna is a full backup or differential backup. Okay, so it is very important while restoring. It's always good to, okay, you should give complete name and you should include dates also. Again and again you cannot go back to the disk and you cannot see. Okay, so that's always important, that's always good, that's always a professional way of giving a backup names and all. Fine, so I need a full backup. Full. Where is my full? Yes, this is the full. You can see here batch 47 new full backup underscore 0107 2023 underscore 2. So we are taking underscore 2, right? Just always first restore the full backup. So sir, I want to see whether this is a backup set or media set. Click on this file, click on contents. If you see only one record here, that is a backup set. It don't contain any other backups in this file. In this way you can verify. See here, media 1, family 1, means only one file is there in this full backup file. Close it, you can click OK. Okay, so maximize this window. Fine. Now this is my source, you can see here. This is my destination, you can see here. So now the question is, you can restore the same database with the different name in the same server. If you are restoring batch 47 underscore new in the same server, already batch 47 underscore new is there, right? So it don't allow to give the same name. So definitely I have to change the database name. Batch batch 47 underscore new underscore rest. Rest means restore. I'm just giving a shortcut, rest. So I'm renaming a database. Okay, so while restoring, it has to restore with this name. No, I want with the same name. What I have to do, guys? User is asking you to restore with the same name. What you have to do? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. We need to open file. We need to
drop the database, I think. Old database.
If you want to restore the database with the same name, that is possible. In the options, you have to overwrite. You have to choose this option. It will delete the existing database and it will recreate a new database, guys. Okay, so I don't want to overwrite, so I want to restore with a different name. Okay, so you can choose new underscore rest. You have to simply change the database name. Okay, fine. So now I changed the database name. So this is the database backup. It is going to restore now. Okay, so now files. Now forget about this. See, the original file name is this one. This is the original file name, the database that you are restoring, right? So this is the original, means in this location already files are there, right? It is going to restore as with this file names. Just double click on it. What is the file names? Same. So this is also same, this is also same. Guys, in this location already these files are there. So do you think again these files will be restored with the same names in the same location? Forget about overwrite option. Already the files are there in this location. See, program files, Microsoft SQL, batch Watson underscore new.mdf. Same, right? Same path, same files are there. So do you think if I click OK, the database will be restored? No. It will throw error. Why? Because files are already existed. Now what we have to do? I have to change the file name according to my new database name underscore rest underscore rest. Guys, if you are restoring to a different location, there is no problem. If you are restoring to the same location, you should know this. Without errors, I can complete the restoration in 5 minutes, but you generally 99% is okay. A new DBAs actually, and one or two experienced DBAs also, they will make mistakes here. Without checking the files location, file names, directly they will click OK. What will happen? It will throw error like files are already existed in the destination location. So you have to change the file names also. Now the new files will be created with these names. So these names are not there in this location, so happily it will be created. Chalo. Final page, options page. Generally while restoring, it will give you take tail log backup and all. We don't need it. You can uncheck this one. As I told you, if you want to restore with overwrite, you can select this option. Overwrite also you can do. If customer is saying you can overwrite the database, you have to ask. If any customer is asking you to restore any database, there are two important points, guys. What are those two important points? Always remember one thing. If customer is asking you to restore a database from source to destination, you have to remember two important things. What are those two important things? One is which version to which version. Second one is enough free space is there or not in the destination server. Enough free space. Why? Because imagine customer is asking me to restore a 100 GB database from server A to server B. So in server A, you are taking backup from server A, no space problem and all. But you have to make sure, right, in the destination server, in the server B, 100 GB free space should be there, right? Then only your database will be restored, right? Is it clear, guys? Without having free space, how can you restore the database? And customer is asking, hey, can you please restore from SQL Server 2012 to SQL Server 2008? Is it possible, guys? Can I restore higher version to lower version? Is it possible? Not possible. The answer is not possible. You cannot restore any database from higher to lower. Always lower to higher only will work. 2000 SQL Server 2000 to 2020, 22 also you can restore, but you cannot restore 2019 to 2017 or 2022 to 2019. So backward compatibility is not there. If the source is higher version, destination is lower version, it will work. Higher to lower is will work, but lower to higher will not work. You cannot restore 2019 database in 2017 or 2016 or 2012. It's not possible. These two things are very important, guys. Without checking these two things, people will perform restores. They will face lot of challenges. Clear? Any questions here, guys, please? Fine, all good? Right. So now, if you want, if customer is saying overwrite, chalo, you can overwrite. But overwrite is a critical operation, guys. So overwrite means it will delete the existing database. So you have to ask the customer. If customer gave you a ticket, please restore the database. Generally, people will give you clear details and all. Okay, you can restore. This is the source server. This is the destination server. Okay, and this is the new database name in the destination server. So if customer gave you these details, that's fine. If there is no such details, you have to ask. Simply they will tell you, please restore this database. Sorry, Baba, where to where? Where to where I have to restore? From which server to which server? Sometimes they don't mention. Do I need to? You have to ask. It's your responsibility. So sometimes they don't mention in the destination server already. If the database is existed, you have to overwrite. So you have to ask, do you want me to overwrite or you want me to restore with a different name? If you don't ask, okay, same name database is already there, so let's overwrite the database, then he will come back to you, who asked you to overwrite the database. You have to ask me before performing the activity. Okay, so it will become a serious issue. So always cross check with the users whether they want to overwrite or they want to restore with the same name or different name. So overwrite, if you want to restore the same name, you can choose overwrite. Now I'm not choosing, I'm restoring with a different name, so no need to choose. This is very important. Recovery state. So what is this recovery state, guys? Very important. We have three recovery states. One is with no recovery, with recovery, with no recovery, with standby. What is the difference between with recovery, with no recovery, and with standby? I'll tell you. Listen carefully. Very easy, very easy. This is main. First, we'll discuss with no recovery. In the yesterday class, we discussed about the scenario. I have weekly full backups, every Sunday full backup, every day differential backup, every 15 minutes log backup. Same scenario, Saturday morning 10-12 a.m. Saturday morning 10-12 a.m. database is corrupted. How you will restore? What files you will use? This is the question. So all said the answers, right? So you have to use one full backup and you have to use Friday's differential backup, recent differential backup. Okay, one differential backup and 56 something like that, 56 log backups we discussed yesterday, right? And one tail log backup. Finally, one tail log backup. This is very important.
So it's not Friday, it's Saturday.
Saturday is corrupted, sir. So we'll use Friday's differential backup, right?
Friday evening is okay. I got it.
The Saturday morning the database is corrupted. Every day differential backup means it might be at night also it will happen, right? Forget about the time. Okay, I didn't give time. Every day differential backup means Friday it will happen, right? For okay, as per your okay, sir, every day morning 8 a.m. I'm taking differential backup. So Saturday will apply, right? Yes, Saturday will apply in that case. So to avoid confusion, this is fine now. Every day differential backup at 8 p.m. So now you will restore one full backup, one Friday's differential backup, and one 56 log backups, finally tail log backup, right? Here, if you have, see, after full backup, you have to restore all these backups. If you have simultaneous backups to restore, always you have to restore with no recovery. If you have other backups to restore after full backup, I have other backups to restore. So I have to restore my full backup with no recovery. If you have other backups to restore on the same database, always use no recovery. What will happen if you use no recovery? The database won't be accessible. DB won't be accessible to others. Even you also can't access. The DB is in no recovery state, recovery pending state, in recovery state. Generally, DB won't be accessible. So now tell me, guys, one full backup I'll restore with no recovery. Why? Because I have differential backup, log backups, tail log backups. Now tell me differential backup, how you will restore, with recovery or with no recovery?
With no recovery.
No recovery.
Why? Because we have simultaneous log backups to restore with no recovery. Okay, and 56 log backups, how you will restore each log backup? Log backup 1 with no recovery, 2 with no recovery, 3 with no recovery. Like that, all the log backups with no recovery.
With no recovery.
Then tell me finally tail log backup. There are no simultaneous.
With recovery.
There are no
With
simultaneous.
recovery.
This is the final backup.
With recovery is finally.
With recovery. When you run with recovery, database will be accessible to others. Database will come online. If you use with no recovery, database won't be online. It will be in restoring state. Restoring, it is waiting. It is waiting. It will be in restoring state. It is waiting for other backups. If you use with no recovery, if you don't use, sir, by mistake I use with recovery on the full backup itself, can I restore other backups? Not possible. Again you have to perform fresh, like again you have to restore it from the full backup. Sir, by mistake I restored differential backup with recovery. Is it possible? Not possible. Not at all possible. Any backup, same answer. Sir, by mistake I performed this with no recovery. Right? Lost backup with no recovery. Is it possible? Yes, possible. You can bring the database online manually. Okay. So if you have simultaneous backup, always use with no recovery. If you don't have backups, use the final backup with recovery. Sir, I don't want to remember all this shit and all. Tell me a shortcut. Always use no recovery while restoring. Finally, you can run one simple query to bring the database online.
So that means if there are no further backups to restore, then
also you can use no recovery.
Yeah, then
If you are very
yeah.
confident, the answer is with recovery you can restore. But I don't want to remember all these things and all. I'll be confused, little bit confused. Then safe side restore no recovery. After restoring all the backups, you have to run one query. Restore
Yeah, one
database
query and you good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that will
database
be okay.
name
Yeah.
with recovery. That's it.
Yeah,
Again, we have to run
this
with
is
recovery.
good. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Again, you can restore, but without giving backups, just you are running this query. So database will come to online. Clear, guys? Are we good with recovery, with no recovery? Any confusion?
Can you give the one example?
I'll show you now itself. If you are clear about this, I'll show you now itself. We have restore concept, right? I'll restore. Fine. So what is standby then? Standby means if you have simultaneous backups, you can restore with standby. The problem with standby means it is the combination of your with recovery and with no recovery. Combination. Both. In the standby, you can restore simultaneous backups. Okay, DB is accessible, but for read-only operations. Select queries, so only select queries will run. See, in the standby, if you restore full backup with standby with no recovery, right? Generally, if you restore with standby, the database is accessible and you can restore other backups also, but the database is accessible only for select queries. You cannot insert, update, delete and all. You cannot run these queries. Only select queries it will accept. Is it clear, guys? Standby. Standby, is it clear, everyone?
So when we use no recovery, then we can access the data tables.
Sir, not with no recovery, sir. I am saying about standby, right?
Okay, no, I am asking if we are restoring no recovery model.
That we have already discussed, Sanjeev. If we are see here,
No, sir.
see
I
here.
am
No,
asking.
no. Tell me what is this? Just read it out.
Okay.
This point we have already discussed. If we restore with no recovery, database won't be accessible.
Okay.
Yeah. If you restore with recovery, database will be accessible. Standby means collection, combination of both. Database will be accessible. You can restore simultaneous backups, but only select queries will run. If you restore with standby, 99% we don't use standby. We'll use either with recovery or with no recovery. Fine. So let's now what I have to do. I have a full backup. I have a differential backup. I have a log backup. 3 backups I have. Now tell me which recovery state I have to select. Which recovery state I have to select here?
No recovery.
This is a full backup I am restoring. So
No recovery.
Still I have a differential, I have a log backup. So I have to choose no recovery. Right?
Yeah.
Done.
Yes.
So done. So just click OK. Okay, just click OK. Done. Here you can see the status of restore here. Backup status you can see here. Restore status you can see here. 100% completed. Click OK. Now see here. Database is in restoring state. Now Sanjeev, you asked, right? If you restore with no recovery, can I access? You cannot access. It will throw the error. Clear?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So now I want to restore differential backups and all, right? Right click on this database, tasks, restore database. This time device, again same method, same process. Earlier we selected full backup. This time you have to select differential backup. Diff 0107. Yeah. Diff 01, double click on it. Okay. So batch 47 new diff backup 0107. Click OK. Done. Okay, so files, this time you don't need to change any files. Don't worry about the files. Why? Because we are restoring on the existing database only. Automatically, even that is showing like this, automatically while restoring it will restore with the new name and all. Options, so don't choose overwrite and all, not required. This time what I have to use, I have still one more log backup to restore. So with recovery or with no recovery?
No recovery.
No recovery. That's it. Click OK. It is throwing error. Why? Okay, destination database. The differential backup because the database
Underscore 2 not selected, I guess.
Okay.
The value.
The correct
You
earlier.
use a different
Okay,
set.
might be. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, that name underscore 2.
Yeah, very good point. Thank you. So what I can do, I have to change this backup again. See guys, this is actually I am restoring a different set. I have to select underscore 2. My file is underscore 2, right? Every backup will have its own set. My full backup is underscore 2. So I have to restore that respective differential backup and log backups only. On one full backup, I cannot restore another differential backup set, guys. Okay. So let me remove this. I can re-add it again. So where is that? This is the one. Done. Thank you for that. Okay. Files, general page, underscore rest, fine. Files, no need to choose anything here, no problem. Options, and remove this, uncheck this one, and restore with no recovery. Okay, you can click OK now. Done. 100% completed, restored successfully. Done. Still it is in restoring state only. Okay, now let me restore a log backup. Finally, tasks, restore, transaction log, from device, browse, add underscore 2 log backup. Where is that log backup underscore 2? Yeah, new log backup 01072023 underscore 2.trn. Double click on it, click OK, select this restore button. Next, options. Tell me guys, here you can see different way. You are selected log backup, right? You can see different way. So with no recovery, restore with recovery, restore with no recovery, restore with standby. What option I have to use?
Recovery, sir.
With recovery. This is the final backup, right?
Final, yeah.
Done. This is successfully completed. And you see here, once you give with recovery, database came online. And
yeah, is accessible now.
Then this is accessible. Right? You can see all the tables, whatever tables are there in the batch 47 underscore new. You can see all the tables and all. Sir, can I restore all the backups at a time? Yes. In that case, tell me guys, what should be the recovery state? Now I'm going to restore all the backups at a time. Browse, add. First, I have to select full backup underscore 2, diff full underscore 2. Yes. You have to use control button. Control button you have to use to select multiple items. Next, differential backup underscore 2. Yes, 0107. Next, log backup underscore 2. Yes, 0107. Click OK. Click OK. Okay, so the destination database, I'm going to change it to batch 47 underscore new. Date is 0107, right? So I'm just giving 0107 like this. Files. So forget about here. Very important thing is you have to change. Sometimes it will be changed automatically. So make sure before restoring, before hitting restore button, just make sure whether the files are changed as per the new database name or not. Fine. Options. Now tell me which recovery state I have to use. With recovery, with no recovery, or with standby. With standby, forget about it. No issues.
No
With
recovery.
with no recovery. With
No recovery. Yes.
With no recovery. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. You just
With
show us.
recovery.
Sorry?
With recovery, sir.
No recovery by. Then use that command.
Tell me guys, tell me. That I'll show you. Again, I'll show you. Don't worry about it. Now, you can
with no
use
recovery.
recovery or with no recovery.
With
Now,
no recovery.
tell me.
No recovery.
Tell me.
No recovery.
Then tell me, if I use with recovery, what will happen?
Database will come online, sir, if you use recovery.
Those who said with no recovery also correct. Okay, but you can restore with recovery. Why? Because there are no simultaneous backups to restore. I'm giving all the backups at a time, right? Why I have to restore with no recovery, Joy?
Yeah, you're right, sir. You're right. Yeah.
I don't have other backups to restore. I'm giving
Yeah.
backups to recover.
Exactly. With recovery.
So with recovery, still you can restore with
Yeah.
no recovery also, no issues. That's why I said
Yeah, but
is also correct.
then you need to use the command.
See,
Yeah.
now see here 3 times 100% will come. Check the status.
Yeah.
When I click
Got
OK,
it.
first full backup will restore, then differential backup, then log backup. Database restored successfully, database came online. Okay, so in this way you can restore. By mistake I restored with no recovery. That also I'll show you. No one will show you these many restores, guys. Okay, device, browse, add, select all the backups, full, where is the full underscore 2, where is the differential underscore 2, where is the log backup underscore 2, click OK, same as it is. I am changing the destination database
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, can you please go to files, sir?
Files, okay. Files, okay.
No, sir, in the options, in the pages, sir.
I'll go. First, let me fix the first page, right? I have to go to second page, right? Let me first complete the first page, okay? Batch 47 underscore new, and then what is the database name? Let's go with one name, okay? 2023, okay? 2023. Now let me go to files page. Yes, tell me, guys.
Sir, what is that option? Relocate.
I'll tell you. See, nothing will happen. See, relocate means I told you, right? There is a difference between restoring in the same server, restoring in the different server. What is the problem? See, in this server, my data file path and log file path is this. In the destination server, data file path in some other drive, log file path in some other drive, right? If you select this option, it will adjust the path as per the destination server. So this option will be used when you are restoring from one server to another server. Even though if you select now, nothing will happen. It will be enabled, that's it. But this is more useful when you are restoring from one server to another server. I am restoring in the same server, right? So there is no use of this option. If you are restoring in a different server, you have to, that difference I told you, right? Only one difference is there between restoring one server to another server. You have to select this option. If you select this option, I'll show you by that time what is the destination path. As per the destination path, the new path will be selected. Path will be selected. That's it. Okay, done. Option.
Okay, got it, sir.
Yeah, uncheck this one. Now by mistake someone selected
Sir,
no recovery. Yes, please.
In files, you did not change the name, I guess.
Files. Thank you for that. Underscore 2023 underscore 2023. Thank you. And options, right? By mistake someone selected with no recovery. Then what is the solution? Click OK. Done. 100%, 100%. Done. So now all the backups are restored, but by mistake you selected a no recovery. Then there is a solution. I told you, right? There is a query.
Yeah, query.
Yeah.
Restore database.
Database.
Database name.
Batch 47 underscore new
With
underscore
recovery.
2023. That's it, with recovery. You have to give the recovery option manually. That's it. Execute it. Successfully completed. Select the database, refresh it. Database came online 2023. Okay, fine, guys. Is it clear? Restoring databases.
Okay, sir. Good.
Then take
Yes,
the
sir,
break.
excellent.
Yes, please.
Sir, you have discussed about one scenario, right? Full recovery model, differential, and 57 or 58
56
T-log
log
backups.
backups. Yes.
Yeah, sir, 56 T-log backups. In that case, if I choose file paths, it will take by default, or we have
Only
to select in order.
for the first file. I did not get you. Means you're asking
Sir, files we will add, right, sir, in backups.
only
backup
for the
files.
first backup files we'll add it, right? Only for the first file you have to choose path and all. Next files, differential, log backups, no need to change the path and all. Automatically.
No, sir. My doubt is, sir, you go to that restoration option, sir.
Okay.
I will explain.
Okay. Restore database, device.
Now device.
Browse,
Okay, sir.
add, Yeah.
Sir, here we will see 57 backup files, right?
Okay, got you. Good question. See, generally, you cannot see here. Why? Because this is a single folder, right? In the organization, I don't keep all the backups in single folder. Okay, I'll keep it in different folders.
Okay.
So full backup folder will be there. Differential backup folder will be there. Log backup folder will be there. Just to avoid the confusion. So in that
Okay.
case, you have to route your folder. Navigation is there, right? Left side.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
have to select that full backup folder. You have to select full backup. You have to select differential backup folder. You have to select the differential backup. In that way, you
Okay.
can choose the files.
Okay. So inside backup folder, they will create a full differential and
Yes. Not
okay, sir.
inside
Thank you.
backup folder. Actually, the
Different.
organization different drive will be there. Okay,
Okay, sir.
different drive they will set up. Why? Because backups they don't merge with the data files and all. In the organization generally different drives will be there, guys. Data files separate drive will be there. Log files separate drive will be there. Okay, for backup files for tempdb separate drive will be there. For backups separate drive will be there. So imagine X is the backup drive. In the X they will create full backup folder for full backups. In the X they will create differential backup folder. Differential backup folder for diff backups. In the same X drive they will create log backup folder. Like this, different folders will be there.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, first I will select
Yeah.
first full backup. Then I will go and
Yes,
select in
yes.
differential
Generally,
backup.
if the files are in different location, you cannot restore at a time, all at a time. You have to first restore full backup with no recovery, then restore differential backup with no recovery, then restore log backups with no recovery. Like
Okay,
that.
sir. Okay.
If it is in same path, then only you can select all files at a time. If it is in
Okay, sir.
different path, it's difficult.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Fine, guys. Or still you can also do that. See, for example, here it will work. Okay, let me, what I can do manually, I'm going to copy the backup files, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, instance, root directory, MS SQL, backup. Okay, so let me go with the date modified. So this is my backup, right? Full backup is there in this location. Control C, I'll keep differential backup in some other location in the C drive. Control Shift N, I am creating one backup folder. Here I'm creating diff backup, and I'm creating Control Shift N is the shortcut, log backup. So full backup I'm copying full backup file here. Log backup I'm going to copy log backup file, full log backup, right? Control C. Guys, don't worry, just to show you, I'm just creating like this. Now while restoring, let me go here. Now add. First I'll add full backup, right? Where is that full backup? Here, _2. This is log. This is full. This is full backup. Double click. Now add. Now go to C drive. Backup. Diff backup. Select this plus symbol. Diff backup. Now double click here. Now again click add. Now click on this log folder. Double click here. That also you can do. Click OK. In this way you can select.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Good.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Fine. Take the break.
Sir, my question.
Yes, please.
57 log backups is there, right, sir? We can select in order or different order, any order.
You can select any order. You have to select all
Okay,
56. But while restoring, it will take by as per the LSN numbers, it will restore.
Okay, sir. Okay, it will
You
search
can,
in that backup file
yes,
only, and it will
every
take.
backup file will contain. See, if you want to see the backup file LSN number and all, see this is the log backup, right? So generally,
Yes.
while I'll show you, this is the log backup, right? Click the log backup contents. Every backup will have this information. See here, database component. What is the backup type? What is the server? What is the database? See here, first LSN number, last LSN number, checkpoint LSN number. I told you right yesterday, they are going
Yes,
to
the
merge with
checkpoint
LSN.
will happen.
So like this, it will verify even though you selected all the 56 backups in a jumbling order, while restoring as per this number, it will restore.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Done. Okay, guys, take a break of 15 minutes and come back after 15 minutes. We'll discuss about the jobs. Okay, we'll start the automation.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. You taken the backup from the source, right? Source is like a device. In what
Yes.
situation we will select database?
What situation will select database?
The databases. You choose a device, right? Source,
Device.
that is source.
In what
They
situation
taking
will see?
research.
99% we don't select database. We don't restore any database from the existing database. But if you want, Microsoft gave a
Oh.
provision. You can do that. But 99% we don't do that. Okay.
Okay.
Even though you selected the existing database,
Okay,
but
sir.
it will run based on the backups only, the current backups only.
Oh.
Okay, done. Done, guys. Come back after 15 minutes. We'll discuss about the automation. We'll start automation. Okay.